What's up, everyone? Kyle again, back doing another quick review today. Haven't uploaded a quick review in about a week now. Been watching a ton of movies, just haven't really gotten time to do a lot of reviews. But I really want to do a review on this movie because I've actually watched this movie twice within the last, I want to say, week and a half. I watched it the first time. I fell asleep about halfway. Well, I fell asleep probably almost the entire way through it. It was late at night. Just got off work, and then I rewatched it with my brother again. He actually saw it in the DVD player, started watching it when he got home from work when I was still working, and he got about halfway through it, and then me and him finished it up that night. The movie I want to review is called Proxy. It is an IFC Midnight movie. This movie came out, I want to say, in last year, 2014, I believe. Yeah, it came out in 2014. And basically, the plot of this movie, it's pretty interesting, pretty cool. Basically, this movie revolves around this girl named Esther, who is she's just this weird kind of chick. At the beginning of the movie, she's pregnant. You don't really get much backstory on her originally off the bat, but she's pregnant at the beginning of the movie. She's very quiet, doesn't really have any friends, doesn't have any family. Really, at the beginning of the movie, and not going into any spoilers or anything, I'm not going to tell you how the movie ends or anything, because I really would, I really highly recommend this movie. But she's walking, this is within the first 15 minutes of the movie, she's walking down the street. She's abducted by a assailant and pulled into an alley and basically drugged and knocked out. And the assailant takes a brick and basically beats her stomach until she's forced to have a miscarriage. She loses the baby. I was talking to Moods about this. He's watched this movie, and he was saying that he commented on one of my posts about it, and he said that that scene's burned into his brain, and it really is. It's a very, very powerful scene. That first scene where that woman's beating her stomach with a brick. I mean, I've watched a lot of really fucked up video nasties and, just fucked up videos, and it's pretty, I mean, just the thought of a woman being pregnant and somebody beating her stomach with a brick, or really beating her stomach in general, is just, I mean, I have a 5-year-old, so that's just kind of, I don't know, there's something about it that's just bothering. But anyway, you see that at the beginning, that happens. She starts going to a support group, I guess to kind of deal with and cope with the situation. She ends up in the hospital. They let her know her baby's gone. They start questioning her about who possibly could have done it, if she knows anybody that did it. She doesn't know. She doesn't know anybody. She doesn't have any friends. She doesn't have any family. She doesn't have any, people that are against her or anything. So after she gets out of the hospital, she starts going to these support groups. She meets this chick named Melanie at the first day of her support group, who's really nice and introduces herself and tells her, hey, I know this is your first time being here, and I want to make sure that you're comfortable. Tries to befriend her. They start becoming friends. Melanie gives Esther her number. Says, if you ever need anything, you ever want to talk about your situation, let me know. So a few days go by. Esther contacts Melanie and wants to know if she's going to the next support group. Melanie doesn't answer the phone. Esther leaves her a voicemail. Goes to the support group. Melanie isn't there. She ends up at this grocery store, Esther does, and sees Melanie. This was, I want to say a day or two later. Sees Melanie walking through the store, flipping out on the security guard, wanting to know where her son is. And something you got to know is, that I didn't mention, is after the first support group meeting, when she first met Melanie, they went and had coffee at a coffee shop, and Melanie told her that her husband and son died in a car accident. They got hit by a drunk driver. So her seeing her in this department store and she's flipping out about her son raises a lot of questions to the viewer, and raises a lot of questions to Esther, the character. She's like, what's going on here? I thought this chick didn't have a kid and didn't have a husband. Well, Esther starts digging down deep and researching, kind of almost in a way stalking Melanie, trying to figure out what's going on here, because they do meet after that all happens. She doesn't bring it up really, and then they meet again. Esther brings it up and Melanie flips out on her. The movie, honestly, about halfway through, takes a 180-degree turn, like a 360-degree turn. It flips from the main character being Esther to then mostly focus on this Melanie character. I don't really want to get into, because a lot of the plot happens right in the middle of the movie, and that's what sucks about doing a review on this movie. It's very, very good, very well directed, very well made. I highly, highly recommend you guys picking up this movie. I got this movie for like $2 at Family Video. it was like a 2 for $5 deal, and I read the back of it. It seemed like it might be pretty cool, so I picked it up. But I highly recommend it. I mean, it's not really by a known director. This is the unrated version. Like I said, it's an IFC Midnight release. This is by Zach Parker. I'm not really sure of any of his other movies, if he's, what else he's done. Maybe you guys have heard of him. But the actresses in it and the actors aren't really well known. I will say that Melanie's husband in this movie is played by the brother in You're Next. The brother that gets the arrow through his chest in You're Next. If you guys have seen You're Next. He's a really, really good character in this movie. He has really good dialogue. He, portrays the husband losing their child in a very, 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 very good way. Like, you could tell that deep down it just really, really bothers him. But highly recommend this movie. I'd say check it out. I give this movie probably about an 8 out of 10. It's got a really interesting storyline to it. It's not really considered a revenge movie, but it's kind of like a horror thriller movie. Like there's a lot of like gruesome scenes in it, and really, really neat scenes. Like there's a scene where somebody shoots somebody else with a shotgun, and it's in slow motion, and you see the person get shot, and then they fall into like the bathtub, and then the bathtub scene when they're falling in is all slow motion, and the water's coming up, and the girls scream. It's really, really neat, really, really cool. Yeah, so I mean that's pretty much the basic synopsis in this. It's called Proxy. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it, or have possibly wanted to check it out, but it says on the front, motherhood can be its own affliction. So yeah, guys, check it out. I hope to have some more quick reviews this week. Like I said, I've been watching a lot of movies. I've been wanting to do a lot of reviews. Really saw this movie twice. Really enjoyed it, so I really wanted to do a really quick review on it and get that out of the way. But if you guys have any suggestions of any movies you want to see, leave some comments. Let me know what you think about this movie if you guys check it out. Until next time, peace. See ya.